Hello and welcome everyone to Super Trade. I know that the market is going down, but when the market goes down, it's not necessary that every stock will go down. In fact, even in a falling market, some stocks may give you an upside rally because money always keep flowing in and out of the market. So there will be some stocks wherein the money is flowing into. When you look at the cable stocks, most of the cable stocks, I'm talking about the good companies like Precision Wires and Cable, Finolex Cables, it's showing an uptrend even in a falling market. And Finolex Cable has already given a breakout. Now, if you look at the weekly candle, first of all, this particular candle is important. Why? Because we see that this week candle has closed above the 200 period moving average on a weekly time frame. All right, and this in itself is a good indicator. It's not necessary that after closing above 50 200 period moving average the stock will rally, but it increases the probability very much. Now let's look at why this point is again important. So if I go back and see that this particular range from where previously the stock had consolidated after reaching, you see, up down and then rallied, and again it tried to consolidate it that at this point before falling a little bit, and then it's rising from the same level. Now what would be the strategy for those people who had already bought this stock? Now remember, this is the price action we are studying. This is not a recommendation to buy and sell. So if we put it on a daily time frame, so those who have not yet entered the trade, how they would like to trade it? They will wait for a daily candle close above this mark zone tomorrow. If suppose it's a red candle tomorrow, and it we will hope that it doesn't close below this zone. If it closes below this zone, then it's void. It should be avoided. But if the closing happens somewhere here, we will wait for again one more day for a candle to close above this level. Now the high of this weekly candle is very important. So let me mark the high. This is the high of the weekly candle. This is a very important point. So conservative traders, what they will do, they will wait for a weekly candle, for a daily candle to close above this, and then they will take a trade. And when they initiate the trade the next day, then their stop loss will go just below this yellow line. Little buffer we can keep. They will keep, and they can keep trailing this stock. And the first target that they would look for is over this point, that is around 37%. The second target would be at around 59.76%, so let's assume it 59%. And it may go to its all-time high, it may break out and or break down. When it happens, we will talk about it later on, but it can give you a 74% return. So I'm not saying that you will get definitely 74% return, but as the stock goes up, we will put a trailing stop loss below the low of each daily candle and trail our profit, as as is done in Polycab when this trade was taken. And also remember, when any stock is moving along with its industry, it means there is an upward movement in many of the stock. Let's look at Precision Wires. I spoke about this particular stock somewhere around October previous year at around 220, 230, and you see where it has rallied to. So most of the good quality cable companies are showing an uptrend. So keep this stock under radar. As far as market is concerned, take a look at Nifty. Now we are at a make or break point. Now remember, this line is very, very important. It's a weekly. If I look at the weekly chart, so this line is very important, which is at around 24,340. If I convert it on a daily chart, you can see the stock consolidated, the index consolidated around this point. This is a Nifty spot chart, and it gave a rally from this particular point. Now, of course, there could be a possibility a high possibility, because gift nifty is already down significantly, the nifty will open gap down below this. If it opens gap down below this, we will wait for it to get to this particular point, give us an up move, and from here we can trade in nifty put options. But always remember, hedge your positions through a ratio back spread or simple ratio spread. And the day nifty closes above this 24 2400, 330, 330, 340, 350, then that will give us a movement to the upside. As far as bank nifty is concerned, so remember this point is 24,340. This is our Lakshman Rekha. We will wait if the market opens gap down. So what will happen if we convert it on a 15-minute chart? What will happen is that market may open below this. It may open over here or any other point. I don't know where it will open. It's only a speculation. It can go to this point and react to this point and go down. During this time, hedged put options can be taken. And the day Nifty daily candle closes above this, then we will not look for a short side trade, but we will look for a long side trade. As far as bank nifty is concerned, again, if we go for a weekly time frame, this is a very important point for bank nifty. This is basically a zone rather than a point. So let me mark this zone on a weekly time frame. Let's go on a daily time frame. So tomorrow what could happen? Bank nifty can also open gap down, all right, and it will react to this zone, and this zone is between 57,580 and 57,857. I'm not saying that definitely it will go so low, because this is, imagine, that is around 2000 points down. So the first thing that you should focus upon is this particular zone. So first, bank nifty will have to break this particular zone, that is 58,711, to fall it further down. If it falls down to this point and then rises up, then we will not look for we will not look for any particular trade, because in a bearish market we should not make any hedge that is an upside hedge or long hedge. So rather we will wait for it to break this down and take a pullback to the upside, and it further begins to fall down, we will take a trade. Or this point is also important here, because this is the point from where bank nifty, this is the gap point here from where bank nifty began to fall down. So let me put it on a half an hour chart. So it means it opened gap down here, it tried to go to this point, but it did not. So if it comes down to this point here, we will not take any trade unless this point is broken. So when this point, that is 58,711, is broken, then we will wait for it to break down, wait for it to take a pullback up, and then when it's again begins to fall down on a 5-minute time frame, we will look for a put side hedge. And if nifty remains between this range, bank nifty, then we will not take trade. Remember, not trading is also good, because you are saving money for a better time when there is a high probability setup that can give you. So I will summarize. We will wait for bank nifty to fall down to 58,721, break the below this 58,711, 58,700, 5 or 10 or 11, and then take a pullback to the upside and again come down from this point. Then only we will initiate a put side hedge. If it bounces from here, we will not take any trade, and of course it is not going to open gap up tomorrow. I hope this helps. And if you have missed out on the potential trades like Fortis Healthcare, Polycab, and Astral that I've given, these stocks can also be tracked tomorrow. See you again. Take care and happy trading.